What's going on? It's Derek, and welcome to another episode of I'm gonna pick a random jazz song to learn going in blind without ever hearing it before and learning it off of a lead sheet. If you're wondering what I'm gonna be doing in this episode, consider starting the video over. I titled the last one "I Ruined It," and that's kind of based on the recording by Miles Davis. But honestly, I was really happy with how that one turned out. So let's go ahead and pick another one. Alright, we're gonna learn I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good by Duke Ellington and Paul Francis Webster. And I think Paul Francis Webster is Paul Francis Webster co-wrote Black Coffee. So we've seen one of his. Neat. We're probably gonna be recognizing more of those. Okay, so this one's in G, we've got one sharp, and I guess I'll just dive right into the chords. It's medium slow is what it says, and it's got a lot of quarter notes. So I'm hoping that this one's a lot simpler. I'm hoping that this one's a little bit easier than ESP. Okay, simple enough chords. I don't know. The only kind of tricky thing here is we've got a quarter note long. We've got a couple of things that are like a quarter note long of chord changes, but it's just B7, E7, A7, D7, and that's no big deal. We've also got a G6 in here, which is probably the most unique chord I've run into. It's a pretty simple song, so there's not that much going on here. You probably know what a G6 is, but it's just. So here's our G, and then we add our 6. Similar to a 13, but in a 13, you'd probably make this one a 7, which maybe could fit in these, except that it'd be more like a G major 13. I don't know. It's something you wanted to do if you wanted to change up the song a bit, but I'm just really going for as written here. So I'm going to move on to the melody now. Yeah, I mean, off the bat, we've got a C sharp, so coming in chromatically, kind of like Big Nick, but I don't see a lot else going that way. Anyway. So that's a pretty big jump. We've got a 9th here. Yeah, so through our first ending is pretty simple. It's mostly just quarter notes. 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, off. And that's our first ending. And our second ending is the same, but with a lead. So this song also has an AA-BA type of structure. So we've got our first ending, our second ending, we've got a little bridge part, and then we've got basically the same progression to round the song off. So I'm going to skip to that part and see if it's the same. Okay, yeah, so our final A is the same as our first ending. Okay, let's check out this B section. Yeah, so not a lot going on here. pretty much all just stays within the key, with the exception of our C sharp that we start on. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna practice it a little bit more, and we'll see how it comes out when I stick it all together. Okay, so let's reflect. By the way, if you're wondering why it is darker in here now and my face isn't as well lit, it's because it's nighttime. So that was like fine. In terms of what I put together. In terms of the experience, I would say it was also fine, in part because it was such a simple song. And I don't say that as like, this is an easy song, it's not worth doing. No, I think this song can be taken very far. In fact, I think it'd be a really good piece to spend some time on like just making like a single instrument performance out of it. Same way that you can do with a lot of songs. A lot of people do it with like Misty. Because of that simplicity, like there's not a ton going on at the face value, but that leaves a lot of room to embellish it and to make it really nice. And if you go and look up any recording of this, they are incredible. They are not what I put out. They're not what I produced. I looked up a few after I was done. If you look up Duke Ellington, I mean, he was part of the writing process. Ella Fitzgerald sings so many of these songs so beautifully. Go and check those out. They really are worth listening to, and they just show how far the song can be taken. That said, I didn't. I mean, the really nice thing about this song is that it was simple. I was able to learn it in like 25-30 minutes from going in blind. Which, is kind of a testament. This is my fourth one so far. It's kind of a testament to how this is going. But at the same time, it's also like all the chords were pretty simple. The melody, like there were almost no accidentals, just that C sharp, and that was basically it. Even the rhythms were like mostly quarter notes, a rest here and there, half dotted, half and whole notes here and there. Like very simple stuff though. Very easy to follow and pick up. Most of the intervals were seconds and thirds. So very easy to read and follow, and the tempo was medium slow. Like I got that right-ish, which makes it just that much easier to pick up. That said, it's probably worth taking this into consideration next time that maybe I'm ready for a little bit more complicated of a song. Not that these simple ones are bad necessarily, but for the sake of my learning, but for the sake of what I'm trying to improve at, I don't know, something like ESP really kind of pushed me a little bit harder. And then I felt like what came out of that was a little bit more just nice on the surface. Since I'm not really going into depth in these, like whatever the sheet music says is probably what's going to come out in my recording. And like, hey, it's never terrible. Like the sheet music is great to follow, but it's jazz. Like it's meant to be taken farther. So like I said, if I wanted to like focus on depth, this would be a great song for that. In terms of breadth, I'm going to keep going. I will do another one of these hopefully next week. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Drop a like, drop a comment, say hey, make yourself known. I will say hey right back. And if you enjoy the content, then consider subscribing. I'm doing more of these. I'm trying to drop one of these every week. I will see you in the next one.